What's going on, guys? Manny here with Yellow Tape DFS, here to give you my cheap picks for Week 10 of the NFL. You know, your lower rostering value savers. So, starting right along at quarterback, I'm going to go down and look at Jake Luton. All right, now this guy, he had an over 300-yard passing game. He was 26 for 38, 1 touchdown and 1 interception with a rushing touchdown. All right, 25.5 DraftKings points. Now, at 5,400, I think this is a great spot for him to be able to thrive because he's going to be in a game script where they're definitely going to be playing from behind because Green Bay is definitely a better team than the Jaguars. So, as a cheaper option, I think that Jake Luton would be well off in the quarterback position. Originally, I was going to talk about Mason Rudolph, but it appears that Ben Roethlisberger is going to be cleared for play. All right, then moving along to the running back position. I'm going to give you 2 plays here. One of them is a no-brainer. All right, Christian McCaffrey is ruled out, so Mike Davis is probably going to be 90+% owned across tournaments on DK and every other fantasy sports site there is. All right, rightfully so. He's going against Tampa. He's a catching back. $4,000 at the starting position. He has had a couple of bad weeks, but let's take a look, man. If you look at just one glance where he did play the Bucs, he had 15 points last time. Now, if he gets that type of same performance at $4,000, you are almost 4 times your money. All right, so that is definitely great value there. And then at the second one that I was looking at as a cheaper back position would be Kalen Ballage. All right, now this guy did get a ton of touches, 15 attempts. He did 69 yards. He got a touchdown. 2 for 3 on the reception, so he's a catching back as well, and he had 16.4 DraftKings points. All right, so I think this guy is also in play going up against a Miami team who is not that great against the run. So if you need some space or to fill in so you can fit some of your stud players in other areas, that guy is good to go there. Now, another one that I will go to that's just a little bit more expensive than him, I'll give you 1 more or 2 more because they're kind of in the same team. Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette. I think they are in a great spot as well. Depending on what you think is going to happen as far as who's getting the larger role, because I think Fournette is, which is kind of better for them going against Carolina that is terrible against the run. So I will have exposure to both of these guys as well. But we'll have more of that on the final look video. Moving along to wide receiver. There are 2 cheaper guys that I would love to speak about. One is Josh Reynolds. Now, he did have 9 targets last game. 4 receptions out of that, turned it over for 8.4 points. Now he's $3,500. So I can expect similar type of production or target share volume going against Seattle, who have 2 of their corners who are out. The one specifically targeting Josh Reynolds is also out in Griffin. So the same one goes for Woods with, I believe, Dunbar. Both of those guys have been ruled out already. So I do see this game keeping its high point share as far as what the Vegas totals would be. And I think Josh Reynolds is a great play at $3,500. Then moving along to the next receiver, Cam Sims for Washington. He is in a absolute smash spot. He was 3 for 4 for 17 fantasy points. He did 110 yards. All right. I'm just saying here, if he can actually go ahead and have that type of production and add a touchdown, this guy is going to be completely insane. He's going against Detroit. He's terrible, completely terrible in the secondary. So even if you wanted to stack, which I probably wouldn't do a stack here, but if you did want to get crazy and do a stack with Washington, you can have Sims and obviously McLaurin, who's also in a great spot as well. All right, then moving over to tight ends, wrapping this up real quick. There's 2 guys I do want to mention, and they're both right around the same price point. You have Tyler Eifert, who did go 4 for 5 last week for 48 yards and 8.8 points at $2,700. Same price point again. And, he is definitely getting the target share now, back that he is healthy. And then beyond that, we do have Justin Hollister, who went 5 for 7. Now he's going against the Rams. It's going to be another high-scoring game like I just mentioned a minute ago. He had 60 yards and he went for 11 DraftKings points. He has slowly but surely earned his way into tight end 1 slot over Greg Olsen and Will Dissly. All right, so I am going to keep my eye on this guy at $2,600, $2,700. These are great punt plays when you're trying to pay up elsewhere. All right, defense I don't really go over. It's kind of plug and play for me. But if you did want some cheaper options, the Seahawks, because Goff is never that consistent enough to worry about. Let's go. You can potentially have a look at the Lions against Washington. You know, we have this guy Haskins back in throwing the ball. He's been known for turnovers. And then the Giants, who have actually picked up the defense in the last 2 games, going against Philly, who's been pretty abysmal this year. So if you want some cheaper options, I'll give you those. Beyond that, I hope this was able to give you some cheaper plays to fit in these stud guys that you like to get into your lineups. Stay tuned for the final look video that we will be putting out. If you haven't done so already, please do me a favor, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit that bell notification so you can get all the update on all the content I do put out. I hope this is able to help you get into the money, guys. And until the next video, you guys stay blessed.